All right, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, May 30th. Let's see what we have here. We should have a buy on the 15 minutes. So I'm taking, let's see, I'm taking a buy on US 30 based off of the 15-minute EMA. So let's see. So I think my buy is right here. And that's the 10-point entry. And I'm waiting for the 5-second entry, which should be, I think. So let me see. So the 10-point entry, so this happened pretty fast. So the 10-point entry got stopped out. I'm waiting for the 5-second entry. So 5-second entry, need that crossover entry. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the right chart. Okay. So this is, let's see. So we need that green X to show up. Uh, I think I got it. Okay. Give me one moment here. I think that was right. 15 EMA. Yeah, so that was on a 15-minute EMA one. So that's fine. So the 10-point got stopped out. We also may have an let me see. Yeah. So I'm still waiting for the 5-second entry. So I'm still waiting for that, which would be our official entry. So let's see if we get it. So there it is. I'm waiting for that. We need this to close with that green X. Okay, so I'm in the position there. So for our 1:1 risk to reward, and let's see if we can hopefully get a push up here. Just need a good push. All right, there we go. Just need to get to a 1:1. But it does look like US 30 is trying to be bearish. We're not getting the bullish pushes expected. Oh, also I forgot to look at the pre-market high and low. So today's pre-market low, Fridays. Okay, so we are a bit far from today's pre-market high and low. Just need a nice push here. Hopefully we get that. Okay, there we go. And almost there. Depending on where you entered, my trailing stop is still going on this one. Okay, my trailing stop is active, 27, 3,000. There we go. Let's keep pushing. Perfect. Perfect. My trailing stop is still going. I'm still in this position. Oh, wow. Okay. 5,000. I might get to 5,000. There we go. I'm up 5,000, close to 6,000. There we go. Perfect. Okay, I'm out of the position. So I locked in 5,000. So instead of locking in like $2,000, since I'm using a trailing stop, I locked in 5,000 on that one. So you can see this 10 point is just because we just got stop hunted or manipulated. But with our official 5-second entry, I was able to lock in something even more. So this is expected. And you see where they came. You see this hourly order block right there. But anyway, so a nice 0.75% to start off the day. So let's see if we can keep racking up something else. So that was a pretty nice trade there. 42,067. So if I had entered the 10.10 tree, I would probably have locked in maybe like 8,000 on that on the other account, riding price up. 42,067. So that's the entry there. And I just take this for my journal. Mm. See if it copied to my accounts. So the 5-second entry was that one. Perfect, perfect, perfect day. Um, okay. For the EMAs, we've tested all EMAs. If we close below this 15-minute, we might get a sell on the 15-minute for a 15-minute EMA sell. Give me one moment. Let me do something here. Okay. What else do we have? Let me see. We might get a 15-minute SAR rejection sometime soon here. Six. All right. So this the profits for the trade we just took. So this is that 5 second entry. I'm using a trailing stop. So when it gets to a 1:1, it trails in profit. So as price kept pushing up, I kept locking in profit. So 5,000 for that account. And unfortunately, the 10-point account I got stopped out, but still for both accounts, it's like up about 3,000 if you do the difference. So for the 10 point, that happens for the 10 point sometimes, which is why if you're taking the trade at the 10-point threshold, you want to go for a 1:2 risk to reward so that on days like this, when you take a loss, like if you have another trade where price does eventually go in your favor, because if you've noticed for these rejection scalps, most of the times the analysis is pretty on point for where we expect price to go. So eventually, even after losing like one trade, like the next trade, if you win, you come back not just to break even, but you are up in profit for the day. All right, so let's see what we have here. So right now the EMAs, we've tested all EMAs. So you can see there's a check mark next to all EMAs that based off of where price is at. But one thing you can notice, you see how many red EMAs we have? So we are below the 15-minute EMA 2, 30-minute EMA 2 for our EMA 1. So we are only above 3 EMAs. Like currently where price is at, only above the 30-minute, 15-minute and daily. So we might push back to the downside. But also given that it's Friday, on Friday, sometimes you want to expect the opposite of what you see. So they might keep pushing price up, especially if you see all these long wicks on US 30. We have a bunch of long wicks from the bottom. So, and price is rejecting from this order blocks that are right here. Where is our pre-market high? So we have today's pre-market high is next to a 15-minute bearish order block. So this might be an opportunity to take a sell once we do get up there. Um, all right. So we'll just wait for another setup. So nothing changed for the EMAs. So nothing changed for the EMAs. All right, so I think we're heading for the pre-market high. We have a okay. So here's a SAR. Let's see. This is 78.88. So I'm taking a sell right now. On the 10 point. but we might keep pushing up, but I'm in the sell already at that 10-point area at 88 for the 10 point. Let's see. And I'm waiting now for the crossover sell, the red X, to enter the 5-second. So remember the 5-second entries are the ones we are doing as official entries. So I'm waiting for a red X to enter a sell. There. But yeah, I think we might be going, but we have that 15 minutes. So remember, the 15-minute SAR rejections that are formed, I think this is gonna be it. Yep. So I'm in the 5-second entry as well here. So let's see if we can get to TP here. So it's running in profit. So remember, those 15-minute SARs that come up after market open, very critical. They kind of show a reversal in price. So hopefully, I think we might be able to dip back down here. Only thing is that we have this big candles to the downside, but I think we should be able to get a push, a strong push down here. So let's see if we get that. We just need a big push down. All right, so the 10-point is at a 1:1 already. So we just need this big one. And I think we should be able to hit TP. I like when the 5-second entry is like at a 1:1 of the 10-point entry. So we should be able to get a nice push down here. There it is. We just need a big spike. Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right. Just need here. We should get a, hopefully we get like the big spike we got for the previous entry where price rides up or rides down heavily here. Okay, we just need one good spike down. Come on, US 30. It's playing too much. Let's see. Okay, there it is. Perfect. And there it is. That's what I wanted. And my trailing, oh, today is a good day. So my trailing stop was active too. And I think, okay, I'm out of both positions. So, oh, this is a good, yeah, this is a good day. So another win right there. So today, man, today has been amazing. So another 0.75% win. So 1.5% for the day so far. And that's what those big spikes are why I like using trailing stops. So 42, 164. So this happens so quick. But I think now that we have this 15-minute, the only thing that I think can take US 30 back up is to get to the pre-market high. But once you see this 15-minute SARs after market open, you normally expect price to reverse back down. And also here we had this order block. I forget, I don't know what, we had a 15-minute bearish low, 179. And this bullish order block was a bit far away. This hourly bullish order block was a bit far away from us. So another banger there for the day. So I mean, I feel like I'm okay for the day. But on Friday I stopped trading. I don't trade the afternoon session. On Friday I only trade the I only trade the morning session. And you can see our US 30 is dipping. So those 15 minutes, like just pay attention to them. Let's see. And what a move. So I'm back in profit for the 10-point account. I'm up in profit for, so I'm up 7K, 7K and 3K. So I'm up 10K for the day. Man. Wow, man, this has been uh now we might get a EMA entry on this 15-minute candle. So there goes the profits for that trade. So you can see again here, my trailing stop was activated. So instead of locking in, so for the first time in a while, the trailing stop has worked in my favor. So instead of being slipped, I made 700 more than I should have. So because you're going for a 1:1. For this other, oh wait, why do I? Oh, I took the same. Give me my bad. I took the same screen grab here. Give me one moment. Let me redo this. I don't know. I keep taking the same screenshots. Uh, oh, yeah. Should have taken for. I didn't switch accounts. Yeah, this is the account. Let's see. Okay, so hopefully it should be this. Yeah, this is better. Okay, so I think that's better. So this one we are done. Um, Yeah. So this is the what account is this? This is a 5 second account, 5 second entry account, and this is the 10 point entry account. So you can see since I went for a 1:2 and also my trailing stop activated. So for this trade, I was supposed to lock in 4,000, ended up locking in 5,000. But you can see the power of like a multiple risk to reward entry. And the best thing is that is when you get those big spikes in price, you end up locking in like a lot more money. So far things are looking good here. Yep, and it copied to all of my accounts. So this is great. All right. So let's keep waiting. It's not even 11 yet. So I right now, unless we you like if you can look at US 30 here, you see all this wicks. It just shows we have a bunch of buyers here. So and the thing also with the of course with the rejection scalps, we are counter trending most of the times. But when you counter trend, you want to make sure you're counter trending to an area that you'll get some sort of rejection. So here, I think the next possible entry we can get is today's pre-market high, and you can see how close we came to it. So I think that's the next one. If we push up heavily, we might get another SAR rejection area. So you see like the cell at the top here. So this is where I like the 10-point entry too. Like you get a nice optimal cell there. But anyway, let's keep waiting to see what else we have or we can get today. Um, Okay, we have a 30-minute SAR rejection, but you can see here we are right next to an hourly bullish order block. So it's just best to wait for price to get to the pre-market high, 194. So yeah, it's just best to get to wait for price to get to the pre-market high, because this particular one, the red flag is that yes, we're in a supply zone, but we are also next to this hourly bullish high. So let's wait for, okay, so we're about to hit the Friday high. So the 10-point entry would be at 42,220.9. Okay, so I'll put an alert there. So we're about to hit the pre-market high. We have hit all EMAs. For So this is the sell entry for the pre-market high. Okay, this is pre-market high, pre-market low. So let me make sure I have the right one here. Okay, so the pre-market high has been retested. So we don't want to see a crossover sell right now. Um, okay, so I'm in that position right there, and I am waiting for a 5-second entry, which is the crossover sell. Perfect. So the 10 point is already running for me. There's the 5-second one. Okay, so I'm in that one as well. So I'm in the 5 seconds. So let's see. Let's see if we're able to hit this. We should be able to get some rejection here. Let's see if we'll have three back-to-back wins. Mm, Okay, I got tapped out of the 5-second entry. I'm still in the 10-second, I'm sorry, the 10-point entry. So unfortunately here, even for the pre-market for the 5-second, we got taken out. So back down to 0.75 for the official trade. So let's see if hopefully this 10 points will come back down. If not, that's fine. Had a pretty solid day already. All right. Okay, I think I got stopped out of the 10-point entry as well. Yeah, I got stopped out. Yeah, because I think I entered a little lower somewhere here. So I'm out of the 10-point entry as well. Okay, yeah, so I was tapped out of that. So today the depending on where you had gotten in, if you got in exactly at for the 10 point, if it was exactly at that tap, because I think my tap was somewhere down here. But let's see, unless we get another push either up or down to get a rejection scalp. I really don't see any other entries. Oh, you see that big push there? So we have a SAR right here. Yeah, so either way that, regardless, that would have lost. Okay, so we have an hourly SAR rejection, 266. So the entry would be at 276. So there it is. This is SAR. Did it tap 276? It will be at 276. So the entry will be right there. First of all, wait. Okay, we're in a supply zone. 266.6, 276.6. So we don't want to see a crossover sell right here. So if we get a crossover sell, I'm not taking that trade. So this will be something like this, and this will be something like this. So let's see. But I think we might get a crossover sell here. You see that red X? If price closes with that red X, that will be it. Yeah. So at this point, no need to even look to take the hourly rejection entry because we've already formed that red X or that crossover sell. So, but this was a nice trade. This was if we had hit that 266 or 276 and we just missed it by 2 points, uh, that would have been a good trade. All right. Do you have any other EMAs? So you can see what we were talking about earlier, like regardless of price being below all these red EMAs on Friday, Friday sometimes like expect the opposite of what you're seeing. Okay. Okay, we have a 15-minute EMA here, but we don't have a demand zone. So you can see price closed above the 15-minute EMA too, which would kind of signify a buy, but we are in a supply zone and also there's like a bearish order block right around there. But for the other EMAs, what time is it? 10:16. So of course we haven't closed above or below any 15, no, above any 30-minute or higher time frame EMAs. All right. So that's that last trade, the pre-market high. Took the L on that one account and took the L on it on this other account as well. So I don't think we'll get any further price movements for the morning, because you can see we are we've been ranging, you know, on US 30. We're just in a consolidation, right? So this can either be the breakout. This can either be the breakout or price can come back to the consolidation. Given that it's Friday, probably price will come back down to consolidate. But, anything can happen. It's the end of the month. So, yeah, but pretty much right now we are just in a consolidation. But we've closed above the pre-market highs for this entire week. Um, yes. So, and if US 30 breaks up here, we have a bunch of upsides to go. So maybe this is especially if we close probably above this 2 wicks to our left, these ones that are right here, price can keep shooting up. But yeah, I don't think we'll get anything. I can hang around for till like 11. But given the price action right now, and given that we have formed a 15-minute SAR rejection. We've also formed, so even today, price did not respect this 15-minute SAR rejection back to the downside. And also, like, in the beginning of the live session, we talked about these wicks, right? These wicks at the bottom, any wicks tell you a story. So for me, somehow I'm able to see the wicks at the bottom. I'm not able to see the wicks at the top. Like subconsciously, like I easily identify wicks from the bottom, but the ones at the top, I subconsciously somehow do not see them. But yeah, these wicks, they normally tell you a story, especially if you're seeing that they're rejecting off of order blocks. You see like this 9:30 a.m. wick, how it rejected off of this order block, bullish order block. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if we get something else before then. The only other way we can get a trade is if we close below the 15-minute EMA and take a sell back into the consolidation. Okay, so let's see here. So we just closed. So that's the 30-minute candle. So we just closed above the 30-minute EMA too. So potential for a buy. So on the 15-minute time frame, we're in a supply zone. Let's go on the 30-minute. If on the 30-minute, next to this EMA2, and this would be a good entry, next to this EMA2, so it's close to a bullish order block. It's also close to a level of demand. So we'll see. And since EMAs are moving, are constantly changing, we know that the level of demand is at the high of this wick. So as price moves back down, most likely this EMA2 or 200 EMA for the 30-minute will move back down into that demand zone. And if it does, then that would be an entry for a buy on US 30. And this is a nice rejection area because we have this wicks from the top. So this would be a good area to buy because it can act as a break. We had the break candle, retest, and then push back up. So that's the only trade I can see right now, is if we come back down and test this 30-minute EMA. However, we need to make sure that as price comes down, that 30-minute EMA will move back down into that demand zone, because if it remains in the supply zone, then that's just a red flag, and then we go ahead and omit that trade. But you can see we are still creating big wicks at the bottom, right? So you can see this wick came and retested the 15-minute EMA, went back up. So the buyers are definitely in control right now for US 30. Mm. All right, we have 15 more minutes. Again, I don't think anything will happen. I think we'll just be stuck in this range here. Uh, See if we can get to that 30-minute EMA too. Okay. So what we need to make sure as price comes back here, and this is a good buy because we have hourly bullish high order block. What we need to make sure is that that EMA goes into demand. If it doesn't look like it will, it's a little bit too far from demand. So yeah, so I don't think this will work because we need, yeah, it's already retested the 30-minute EMA. So there's really no entry. This EMA is in a supply zone. If it was down here in this demand zone, would have been a good buy. And also we are rejecting off of this hourly bullish high order block. Um, but unfortunately, there's really you don't want to force anything. The best sell was somewhere up here to get back into the range. So looks like price may be getting back into this range. And we've tested all EMAs here, so I really don't even see anything. Oh, okay, wait. We actually closed below this 15-minute EMA. So there's actually a possible sell coming up. If price comes back to this 15-minute EMA too, this would be a sell here. 216, so 226. So 226 would be alert here. So it'd be a potential selling entry right here. So let's see if we get this because we just closed back below the EMA, the 15-minute EMA. Okay, so we're retesting the 15-minute EMA. We don't want to see any sort of rejection here, any crossover entry. And what time is it? Um, okay, so we don't want to see a crossover sell anywhere here. And I think the EMA, so keep in mind the EMA is constantly moving, so it should still be at that area. We have 12 minutes. If we get a crossover sell, then that would be, we might be getting a crossover sell here. If this candle closes bearish, most likely we'll get a red X, but yeah, this one will give the crossover sell. Yep, you'll see that red X. Yeah. So no need to wait for this entry. It has already been um invalidated. So unfortunately, no sell entry here. It was looking good. We have this bearish order block, this 15-minute bearish order block. Um, so uh, All right. So I don't think we'll get anything else so far. So we'll see here. Okay. So what we'll do, let's just update this week's journal real quick. Um, because I really don't see anything else. So let's see. All right, so this is the 10-point account. So you can see in only 3 weeks, and most of these trades we've taken on the live session, in only 3 weeks, this is 15%, I think. I don't know. Five, close to 20% in 3 weeks. The first trade we took, I need to be writing this down. When the market opened, give me one moment here. This one was for yesterday. I didn't take the pre-market snippet. So the first one was a 15-minute EMA one, the first trade. The one that won on the 5-second entry, but lost on the 10-point entry. So EMA rejection scalp. This was 15 minutes. This was EMA one. Then the second one we won is the 15-minute SAR rejection. So this one was a SAR rejection scalp. No, not levels, but rejection scalp. It's 15-minute. Let's see, it was a sell, so 42 to 10.81. And then this one that lost was the pre-market high. So pre-market high rejection scalp. Entered this. So pre-market high. So this particular one just for the month of May. So the month of May is wrapped up. So 36,000 for the month of May, just by trading US 30, only just by the rejection scalps, even with a 52.9 win rate. So this is the 10-point account that I go for a 1:2 risk to reward. And if we go back to the strategy, yeah, so right now there's really there's nothing happening with price. But if we go back to the yeah, that closed above. If we go back to the simulator, you can see still the same numbers we were talking about, right? At 200K, you can 2x, 3x that in 1 year. And you can see like if we've done 20, close to 20% in just 3 weeks only, because I only started trading the 10-point account like 2 weeks into May. So if I'd actually started like the first week of May and the second week of May, this will probably be close to $50,000, right? And we can see, we can probably replicate that in for the other account, the 5-second account. So I'll go ahead and I'll upload the data for the 5-second entry account. So this is today, save as report, statement. Yeah, okay. And again, nothing really. So it's 10:58. I really don't even, we've had such a profitable day today, so I really don't even feel, yeah, there's nothing that's going to validate anywhere here. Um, so what we'll do here, we can then update this journal. So this is I'll move to the 5-second entry account, which was my main entry, well, my main account for the longest time. Um, so for this account, I did like 50,000, no, not 50,000, 5,000 for the day to day. So this week, this account is about 17,000 in profit for this account. And for the other account, so 17,000 plus 16, so about 25,000 for the week across those two accounts. I also have other accounts that I copy to, but these are just my main accounts that I copy from. And for this account, one thing that I like about it, if I just do the filter for this year, so this year has been on like 60K. So up to today, 60K. And if you see my growth since the beginning of the year. So since last year, I was taking like a bunch of strategies, different things. So last year, this account was all over the place, especially with some of the other inconsistent strategies. But ever since, especially for this growth, this 60,000, most of it has come from, you can see the SAR rejection scalp has made like 45,000. So close to, out of that 60K, 45,000 has come from the SAR rejection scalp. EMA rejection scalp, I only started trading, and this number will go up like once I do the statistics now. But EMA rejection scalp, I started trading EMA rejection scalp like I think beginning of April, whilst the SAR rejection scalp I started like maybe end of February. So the EMA rejection scalp is definitely catching up. And you can see the pre-market rejection scalp, 3 wins, pre-market rejection scalp, 3 wins, or actually 3 trades, all of them are winners. But today we'll have one loser, like after I update this. So you can see how the pre-market rejection scalp has caught up as well. And you can see, let me change this default setup, or let me update this. So this first one was the 15-minute. So this was EMA rejection scalp, 15-minute. This was EMA 1. And then I upload the screen grab I had. So this one is from today. I don't know. This journal doesn't handle trailing stops as well. It was a buy, so 0.5529. And then the second one was a 15-minute SAR levels rejection. So SAR rejection scalp was a 15-minute. Screen grab for that is this. Same thing here. 42,187.1. I think that's the 20-point stop loss. And then the loss that we took for the pre-market high. And you can see prices come back into the range, right? So that pre-market loss, it is what it is. What am I thinking? I'm thinking of, okay, I didn't take a screen grab of the pre-market high loss, so I don't even remember where the actual entry was, but doesn't really matter. So something like this. Yeah, maybe it was somewhere there. Let's see. I don't think I can find. Actual entry. Okay, here it is. The actual. Uh, no, this wasn't the pre-market high. I think I took it off. Anyway, injection scalp. Just put that there. Then do this. This is pre-market rejection scalp. Took it on the 15-minute. Was a pre-market high. Screen grab of this. All right, so if we do this statistics again for 2025, so you can see pretty much every day has been in the green, like overall performance by weekday. So Monday through Friday been profitable this whole year. US 30, my 75,000. Actually, so yeah, I don't trade BTC anymore. So you can see BTC was like for this year $4,000 loss. Gold was $8,000 loss. So I just took off gold and BTC and just, keep focusing on US 30. So for US 30 alone, year to date, which is we all almost halfway through the year, 75,678. So 48,000 for the SAR rejection scalp, 19,000 for the EMA rejection scalp. And you can see the EMA rejection scalp is catching up. So the goal is that this three rejection scalp strategies should give you almost the same amount of profit, and they have the same logic. So it's easy to take all three of them. Sometimes they'll come pretty quick, but it is easy to take all of them. And you can see the pre-market rejection scalp is catching up. So pre-market rejection scalp, so far I've only taken 4 trades, and the pre-market rejection scalp we started trading it what we only started officially trading it this week. Last week, I was only forward testing it and I'd already back tested it for like a whole month or two. So, pre market rejection scalp in just 1 week of trading it, $4,200. Four trades taken, 3 winners, 1 losers. So, 1 loser. So, it's the loss that we took today. SAR levels break. I don't trade break and continuation structures. I don't like them. I'm not good at them. Um, Trendline and SAR rejection. This was my most profitable strategy last year, but it was only profitable like $12,000 throughout the year. So that's why I stopped trading all these other strategies you see down here, the rejection and breakout strategy, manipulation strategy, order block rejection scalp. 3 trades, 1 winner, 2 losers. So beginning next month, I'm not going to be taking the order block rejection scalp. I'll only be using order blocks as a confluence and not taking it as a rejection scalp. It is still a good entry, but the issue with order block rejection scalp is that sometimes you find a bunch of order blocks next to each other. So sometimes you'll just get manipulated unless you just wait for the most optimal order block. So it's just, for me, it's easier for me to just use order blocks as a confluence as opposed to actually trading from them. SAR levels rejection was my second when I back tested it. So this is the strategy that we had back tested like the whole of last year, and we saw that if you took each and every SAR levels rejection, not the rejection scalp, but the intraday trade or swing trade. That's the one that would have netted you about 50,000 between gold and US 30 last year. But you can see for 50,000, I'm able to do 50,000 in 1 month on either an SAR rejection scalp or combined, whether it's the 10-point account and 5 second account combined. I'm able to do hopefully as we go on, but you can see I'm able to do at least 30,000 a month combining those two strategies. So I really don't want to focus on something that's really giving me like maybe 50K a year. As much as it's good, the issue with the SAR levels rejection that I saw like this year, I was doing like some accounts with them for US 30. It started off really, really nicely. But then, it started having like a bunch of losing streaks. For gold, it started off the year with a bunch of losing streaks for the SAR levels rejection. And it's just a bit too much. So I want to focus my energy on these strategies that are all green. So you can see like for the year, 20 for 2025 since the beginning of the year. That's about 60,000. So this account, and if I go back, if I remove this filter, so you can see how, for example, you can see this graph, or I can go to a bigger graph here. So you see how, and this is the discovery as a trader. Like when I tell you guys, you need to do a lot of back testing and then forward testing. Like this is what I mean. Like if we look at the equity graph for this account, and it started off in, this account, it started off in 2023. So you can see, like I had, losing streaks. And what I do for me, this is the only account that takes all the trades. The other accounts, I have them taking either SAR rejection scalp only, either pre-market rejection scalp only, or maybe the SAR levels rejection only, etc. So you don't want, you want one account. If you're journaling, you want one account that takes all the trades so that you can take all those statistics. But if you're copying from that one account, make sure you're not copying all strategies at once. Because, for example, if I was copying this account, like every single trade this account took, you can see I would have lost a bunch, or I would have blown a bunch of accounts. I would have blown a bunch of real funds. But this is a key thing, especially if you want to start becoming consistent. You have to take the risk. For me, when I see, like, when I do the pre-market rejection scalp, like I'll forward test with this account. And then when I'm ready, and then when I see it's profitable, that's when I'll leap back. And you can see, like, for example, this account, I think it started off in 2023, I think. So between 2023 and 2024, I was okay with this account taking losses. But when I had lined up everything, when I saw which strategies were profitable, guess what? Guess how long it took me to make back all these losses? Just like 6 months. So 2 years of sacrifice, getting back that money in 6 months. So that's why I always say there's no amount of money you can ever lose in trading that you cannot get back once you start becoming profitable. So yeah, so this account, pretty good. The 10 point account. So this is the account that started this, just 3 weeks ago. And you can see the equity graph, right? Sloping up. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this account will grow in 2 years, in 1 year, because we saw that in 1 year I can 2x that account, and I think I'm on the right path for that, right? A 200K account, already $36,000 in profit. And I also, for this one, I copy it to some challenge accounts that I have, and none of the accounts have been blown using this account, or using this specific account. So definitely, I recommend journaling for you guys if you haven't started already. It does help in the grand scheme of things. But anyway, other than that, today has been a good day. 2 wins, 1 loss. And for that third loss, we just got stop hunted or manipulated, but it is what it is. So we should be able to get back next week, and then we'll see how that goes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send them in the Discord. But other than that, hopefully you guys have